we got some stuff to cover. We've got 2 episodes. We got a stream to recap and a stream to look forward to. We've got an upcoming event that I have next weekend. My first tabling event, working at convention. That's coming up next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is just like load in and settle. And then Saturday and Sunday is the big dance. And then Sunday night is the teardown. And we come home. But I've got 3 packages to open. One of them is a big honking box because my friends over at the Flying Goats Press slipped in some stuff for me. So we'll see what that is. We're going to find out together. But first, let's recap. Let's talk about who I recently had on the show. I had Robert Rodriguez on this past Sunday on the 15th of March. It is live on YouTube or listening on any of your favorite audio podcasting platforms. I talked to Robert about the campaign that we'll be launching around mid-April, he said, called Faint. It's for chapters 1 and 2. I actually did a review back when I was doing reviews. It tells you how long I've been talking to Robert. Just now got him on. But I actually did a review of Faint chapter 1. So you can find that on the reviews playlist along with other comics that I reviewed before I stopped doing them, and they get too cumbersome to keep up with. Honestly, it was a lot. People sending me their books to review, and then if I didn't get to it right away, I would get all sorts of stressed and anxious about not doing it, and they were all backed up, and then I wasn't doing any of them anyway. I was just staring at all these emails of creators that wanted me to help spotlight their books, and it was just too much, so I shut them down for that reason. That's the real reason. Just for you Substack subscribers. But all that to say, I talked with Robert. It was great to finally talk to him in person as much as this is in person. In screen, as it were, instead of just over Messenger on Instagram. But had a great chat with Robert about Faint, about comic creating, about balancing the work and being a dad and working regular jobs and all just timing and all the things that go into making comics. It's a fun chat. I highly enjoyed it. I highly recommend that you go check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're there so that you get notified every time I go live and when videos are new and available for you. Yeah, that's the previous one. The next one that I've coming up, looking forward to this coming Sunday, I have Chris Yates coming on. Chris is going to be talking about Marcus Walker, Kingslayer Protocol, which is the name of his comic. It is currently on Kickstarter. It has 2 weeks left. It's already funded. He already smashed through the funding goal. I think it funded on day 1, actually. But you can look up Marcus Walker, Kingslayer Protocol, and you can find his comic that way. It's like kaiju and mech battling in like a manga inspired comic. Pretty excited to dig into that because I love kaiju. I love Godzilla. I love Mothra and all the monsters that Godzilla beat the tar out of, because that's how it should be. He should just destroy everybody. Godzilla reigns supreme, except for Mothra. Leave Mothra alone. She's my favorite. So excited to talk to Chris about that comic coming up. That'll be this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another matinee showing of the LongBoxPunk. And so afterwards you can go and back the book and go to your comic shop even if you wanted to, and plenty of time to enjoy the rest of your day after you tune in and sound off in the comments and drop your own questions, because I'll probably ask him. I do that. I'm a nice guy. I do that for you as the viewers of my YouTube live streams. Those are the streams. What else have I been up to? So glad you asked. I've been prepping and getting ready for Space, which is the Small Press Alternative Comic Expo. See what they did there? Space. Happening in Columbus on the 28th and 29th, which is next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday. I don't remember the floor show times or the floor hours. I think it's 10 to 7 Saturday, 10 to 5 Sunday. Maybe it's 10 to 5 both days. Plan on 10 to 5 both days so that if I'm wrong, you just get 2 extra hours to hang out and buy cool alt press comics and zines and check out some of the panels that are happening. I'm not involved in any of them. because I didn't want to take on more at my first show as a vendor selling my own comic. So that's happening. But in prep for that, I've got this is more for me. Again, this is just me processing what I need to still do. So I need to bag and board Barricade Brigade, and then I need to I've already got the 5-Star Comic Con flyers. I picked those up this past Saturday as I had a great time. I actually picked those up and then went and hit a bunch of the comic shops and vendors in Columbus area or Dayton area for Dayton 5-Star Dayton in June, which 2 of the folks watching this are going to be at, plus me. It's going to be a good time. Oh, by the way, there's probably going to be a CHK Comics / AHA / LongBoxPunk post-punk panel. So I kind of nominated y'all to be a part of that. Hope you don't mind. So that's that's happening. I don't know timing yet, but with the 2 of you, K and V, and then Alex is going to be there, and he of course is my artist for AHA, and then also Andrew Thomas is going to be there. He's been on the show. Travis Gibb is going to be there. He's been on the show, and I've been trying to get AJ Ampadu on the show, but he's going to be there, and so I'm hoping that I can set something up with him to come on the show in the future. And so it's just going to be a bunch of rad folks that I have talked to on LongBoxPunk or have made comics with, or both. And because at least the 3 of us plus Alex will have involvement in AHA, and we should have them in hands by June 20th and 21st. So you should be able to have them at your tables as your comp copies. To be selling them, we thought, I was talking to Tony, Mr. 5-Star, about it, and he was like, dude, just do a panel about the anthology and just talk about working on a horror anthology and what it takes and creating as part of that and as curating that and why and who you are as CHK and, you know, who you are as LongBoxPunk, and then maybe have the other guys in there to talk about, you know, the podcasting cycle of promoting a Kickstarter or a comic book. And boom, panel done, and sell some books. You know, I was like, okay. He was like, that's the bonus of having our convention is we can do what we want, and I want you to have that so you can sell some books. And I was like, hell yeah, you do. You're all right, Tony. He was like, So I'm excited for you guys to meet Tony, but then also that we're gonna figure out logistically what that panel is gonna look like, and we're gonna have a panel. So, but getting prepped for space, which is not in space, it's not in space. It is in Columbus, Ohio, the birthplace of aviation. So that counts for something, right? Because the Wright brothers were born here. But I've been going to the library and making buttons. 2 weekends ago, I made 2.25 buttons. I posted some pictures. And then this past weekend, I didn't post any pictures of these, but I was making these little 1-inch bangers. And I got the CHK logo. And we've got, here's a first viewing ever of a corner box that's going to be used on the AHA anthology from Josefa Jacobovici. I probably murdered her name. I'm so sorry. And then we've got the corner box from Travis James. It's really hard to tell because the reflections and stuff, but it's cool. Okay, just trust me, it's cool. It's pretty dang cool. And then Taylor Keith. Here's hers. It's like a medieval, and it's not focusing. Is this right? Can I get it to focus on my? I don't know. I heard that was a thing. And then I also made 2 more of my. I gotta make this and get this up on my Threadless shop, but I want a shirt that just says "Make Art." You know, just make it, because I'm talking about it a lot. with everybody all the time. Just make art. Just make your thing. Whatever it is, I don't care. Make it. Put it out there. Make it better later. Who cares? It's not going to be perfect. My shit's not perfect. It's just, it exists. And so I can say, yeah, that's my thing. And yeah, we made the second one better because we learned. And then this is a throwback, bring back, but not as a sticker, so we didn't break our word. But this one had to be a button. And as I was making these, the insanely helpful library staff, shout out to Kenzie, they immediately were like, I have to have one of those. I was like, yeah, you do. And then they saw the make art one, like, I need one of those too. And I was like, yeah, you do. So I pressed two of them and gave them to Kenzie, who then immediately put them on their jacket. So already I know it's going to be a hit. I've got a ton that I need to cut out and press, and that's going to happen this Saturday when I go back to the library and hopefully press like 70 more buttons. But it's fun. I enjoy it, and it cost me 10 cents. It's 10 cents to make a button because you're paying for the material, like the metal stuff. And then honestly, the biggest time suck was making sure that the artwork was scalable, and would fit in the templates for the buttons, and using Photoshop. And I don't Photoshop, so that's where Kenzie came in because they went to school for this. So just check out your library, see what you can do at your library, because I can make buttons and meet rad zine making, comic creating badasses named Kenzie who have a blue and fuchsia pink mohawk. My kind of people, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna have buttons of 2 different sizes. I'm gonna have stickers that were left over from the campaign. I don't know that I'm gonna have the ability to print more pages of my zines that I made, and then let alone like cut and fold those. So I might just be going with what I've got on hand and just selling everything I've got. I have a blank sketch card, and so that's going to be a hot commodity. It's probably not, but I'm going to try and sell it like it is. Like, this is the last one available. First thing Saturday. I might not even put it out until halfway through the day. But yeah, it's the only one I've got left. So don't you want a sketch card from me? Just to, sell it. I'm going to have copies of Gag, which I opened, was that last week? For Max Flowers. A zine that I was a part of that I have a published feature in, all about horror. Surprise! So I'm between all of that stuff, I think, and I've got the cover prints, the handful that are left over from the campaign. And I was thinking last night before I fell asleep at, I don't know, 11:30 midnight. There's no reason that I need to hold on to any of this stuff. I should just sell all of it. So I've already set aside my copy of my book. I've already set aside. No, I have the original files of the zines. I don't need to keep any of those stickers because I've got a shit ton anyway. And I put the hot watermelon ones already on my laptop. So sell the rest, And I've got my comp copy of Gag. I'm going to start a little micro shelf, which is just currently 2 publications, of stuff that I created. And I'm going to I'm going to have a me shelf, just like I have a Jeff Lemire shelf and a Matt Kint shelf. I'm going to have a me shelf, and it's going to be stuff that came out of my brain. So included on that shelf, look at that transition, is going to be a copy of Aha, which if you don't know, now you know. It is a horror anthology. It is the first anthology produced by CHK Comics, because Kay and myself were like, I mentioned actually here on BoxTalk, and I was like, we should just do our own anthology. Like, I'm tired of submitting all these pitches and coming up with all these pitches only to get turned down by these bitches. And I got a text from Kay afterwards that was, no, we should do our own anthology though. And then like within 24 hours, we had a tentative name. We had a plan to target. We're trying to draw. We aren't trying. We did. We drew in a bunch of fresh voices from the indie comic community, creators that needed a shot, and we wanted to be to the ones that stepped into the spot that no one else would step in for us and say, hey, you're brand new, you don't have experience, we want to take you on. We want to tell your story and present it to the world because we've been through this. I, through my show, have learned a shit ton about Kickstarters, campaigns, marketing, running things, the actual physical putting together a book and how it works. And we learned all that last year when we did Barricade Brigade. And we had conversations and we received submissions and then we whittled it down some more, and then had our final list of creators. And so now we've got stories that are coming to life and we have seen pages of artwork. Some of them are already like 90% done, which is crazy. All 3 covers are finished, which is awesome. I need to pay them. Remind me, Kay, to pay them. And then we've got a week. We have a week before we launch. We launch on March 25th. There's going to be a live stream happening on the LongBoxPunk YouTube show. There's already a placeholder for it, so you can hit the little get notified when this thing goes live so that you get notified over on YouTube when we go live at 7 p.m. We're going to talk about the campaign some more and about the inception of the book, and then we're going to hit the go live now. I'm ready to launch my campaign button on Kickstarter and make it live there, and then not look back. And we're going to launch it, and it's going to be out there, and all of our anxiety of the lead up to will be done, and then we just have the 30 days of anxiety of running the campaign. It'll be great. No, it's going to be totally fine. We've already started. We've got several shows already lined up that aren't mine that we're going to go on to talk about AHA as part of the campaign promotion cycle, because every good campaign has a promotion cycle. That's part of it. That's the part that they don't tell you about when you're like, I want to make comics. Like, you better get good at talking to people because it's a whole thing. But that said, we already had the episode on the Horror Movie Night podcast. That's already available. Horror Movie Night is what it's called. And I think it's literally like Horror Movie Night with CHK Comics. But that's audio only. There is no video component to that show. So you can listen to, dude, you're shooting low at 90, bro. We're hitting 100. We're pushing this bitch to 100. We're going to hit 100 pre-followers before we launch AHA. And we need 17 more. 17 people is all we need. We're 83 followers right now. Well, as of, 27 minutes ago when I checked. So that I had an accurate number when I came on here. We're hitting 100 pre-followers. And if I got to go and make my wife sign up for a Kickstarter campaign or a profile just so that she can follow the pre-launch page to get notified when we go live, even though she's going to be in the same house as I am when I launch it, that's what I'm going to do. We're hitting 100 followers. Like, period. We're doing it. We're doing the damn thing. We're going to stop shooting low and start shooting higher and higher because fuck it, man. Like, this is our thing. We're making this thing happen. It's going to be awesome and people need to see it. And so I'm telling everybody at work, sign up for Kickstarter and sign up for my pre-launch because damn it, we're hitting 100. We're hitting 100. You should really sign up if you haven't already. I'm kind of passionate about this. And it's not even for me. Yes, I have a story in it, but it's not even about me. It's about all of the creators that we're taking a chance on. They represent our name. And we trust them as creators enough to put our name in front of it and on the thing with all of these little corner box things. CHK Comics. Hey, look, CHK Comics. Hey, look, CHK Comics. Hey, look, CHK Comics. That's us. This book represents us, and it represents giving new creators a voice and giving them a chance. And that's what new creators need. And so that's what we're doing. And by getting all of these people to sign up for this campaign for the pre-launch and then to actually follow through and back the damn thing so that they can get the book, which, by the way, is going to be hella affordable. Yes, it's slightly higher than Barricade Brigade Zero, but this isn't just an 8-page story with 4 pages of backup fun material. This is a 70-plus page square-bound digest size micrographic novel is what this is. 8 stories, 3 different cover artists, 16 creators. I don't know why you're still watching this. Go sign up for the damn campaign. Go. Go. I'm not even offended. Go sign up for it. Open another tab. Get a different device. I know you've got 3 devices at your house. You have your mobile, you've got your tablet or whatever, you've got a laptop or a desktop, or maybe all of them. Tell your spouse, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, tell your, I don't care, tell your whoever, tell your person, tell your people, tell your cat. Sign your cat up for Kickstarter. I don't give a shit. Just the more people that sign up for it, the higher and more attention we get from Kickstarter, which means the more likely they are to promote it as a project we love. And apparently that matters. So if that matters, I want it, because I want this project to matter to more people than just us. Okay. Okay. So we're having a launch party over on the LongBoxPunk YouTube channel at 7 p.m. next Wednesday. So there will be no box talk. I'm going to be spent because I put a lot into it takes a lot of energy to do launch parties, especially when it's my book. And so I will promptly crash as soon as I'm done, and then wake up an hour later and look at Kickstarter and see how we're doing. And that's how it goes. So join us at 7 p.m. Like I said, the video stream placeholder is already there. And so you can go and you can get notified when we go live at 7 p.m. March 25th. And then we'll be launching AHA at like 7:30. I don't know. A little bit after 7 is when we're going to launch it. So that a little bit after 7 on my 40th birthday, the campaign will end successfully, and it will be funded, and hopefully we hit a bunch of stretch goals so that we can pay our creators even more than we initially planned. Yeah? All right. Okay. We also, in line with promoting AHA, which is super fun to bring that energy onto other shows, because half of them are like, I wasn't ready. I know. Not many are. So I started my own show to bring my own damn energy. We're going to be on the USDN pod on 3/20. That's this weekend. No, this Friday. Yeah, just 2 days from now. I don't know if it's live. I should know these things. I don't. I'm going to treat it like it's live. I treat every show that I do like it's live. Honestly, that's why I only do live streams, because it's better. It's cleaner for my brain to just everything that I say matters. So make everything matter. Okay. So this Friday at 7 p.m., in case it is live on their channel, USD as in dog, N as in November, USDN pod is where we're going to be talking about AHA and horror and comics, and just how DIY is the way to do all of the things in your life. We also are going to be on Two Geeks Talking come April time, and Comics for All, right? Also in April. So I already recorded Two Geeks Talking with Kurt. Had a great time talking to Kurt K. I'm sorry you couldn't make it. Still had a good time with him. Asked some very introspective questions. So it'll be an interesting listen for sure, but that's going to post. He didn't give me a hard date because he had to figure out scheduling for the other episodes that he had in the queue, but it'll be sometime during the campaign in April that Two Geeks Talking. Check out me and Kurt talking about AHA and comics and horror and all of the things. So that's all coming. That's all the stuff. Great. Okay. Now that we've covered my show and future shows and AHA and the buttons and the more buttons and support your local library, take a look at the wall. Okay, let's open some boxes, huh? I'm going to open the one that I don't know, this one here. I'm going to open that one last. I don't know what's in there. I'm going to open, that sounds right, April 12th? Yeah, with Jameson. Isn't that the one that Travis was just saying, hey, you should do this? I reshut him. I'm like, yeah, it's already scheduled, bro. I tried telling y'all. In our Discord, I tried telling y'all. We're not fucking around, man. Every show, hell yeah, you did, Ryan. Yes, you did. So now we're at 84. So now we only need 16 more to hit 100. Way to get them. I tried letting the creators know, hey, go on some shows. Just go. Go talk about the comic. Talk about whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. Just as long as you're talking about the comic to strangers on their platforms, that's what we want. And a handful have, which is cool. It's great. I'm also learning I can't expect everybody else to act like I do or think like I do. So grace is being given. I've backed off a little bit on the Steam, and I'm like, fine, I'll just schedule all the shows for myself and for Kay because we've done this and I enjoy doing it. And every new show that we go on is a new show that we get to share our vision for what AHA is, which is an anthology for new creators. So bigger swings are being taken, and as the editors and publisher, a large part of that should be falling on us. So it is, and that totally tracks. So cool. This first box is from Jade Louder, my boy Jade, out in Montana. I still, next time I go out to see my sister, I'm going to be like, Jade, I'm crashing your place. And I'm going to pop in and say, hey, because they're only like 4 hours away from each other in Montana. It's a big state. But we got a sticker. Let's take a look at the stickers first. Savage. Although I guess to read it, it would need to be this way, right? But a nice bloody car there. And then here's the main image from the found footage anthology. The zombie hand holding It's a Horror Show Presents, which is Jade's book. He started it. I'm going to read this later, but a handwritten thank you note. Love it. On the back of a printed, this is what's up, dude. Not enough blood with the Savage car. And then the book itself, It's a Horror Show Presents, The Specimen. Dude, I love Jade's artwork. I do. I love his style. I dig it. And so any of the It's a Horror Show stories are all one-shots. They're immediate backs for me. And whoops. And I gotta check out what's going on. Yep, celebrating Ryan as we should. We have room for the people that aren't comfortable. Yep, we sure do. We can do this. Absolutely. I've never had a problem talking. And help share how we made success happen. It really is making it happen. It's not settling for anything less than success. Looks like V is going to be on with Katie on K-pop. Hell yeah, on the 27th. Yeah, you are. Dude, she's the best. And she's got a rad support group that watches her show, Kicking It with K-pop. If you don't already subscribe to Katie on YouTube, you should. And then you can go back and find the episode that V and I did with her. K and I did with her. That's because I was talking about you, V. Don't be offended, K. You can go back and find the episode that Kay and I did about Barricade Brigade with her because we got like 2 or 3 backers just from doing that show. They were like, oh, I'm checking this out right now. Backed and sick. Yeah, hell yeah, V, for going on K-pop. I'll try and tune in. I'm sure you will, but make sure you blast out that link because if I can, I want to at least pop in and say, hey, scared shitless about the podcast you're going on, but excited. Hell yes, you are. Dude, it's literally just talking. Like it's you'll get there. And as a host that frequently has first-time guests, like I've never done a podcast about comics before. What do you mean I have to do podcasts about comics? It's my job as the host to like ease you into a conversation. Make you feel comfortable. Like if you're not ready to sales pitch and stuff, cool. How'd you get into comics? Let's talk about that. Let's talk. What do you do when you're not creating comics? Let's talk about that. That's easy for you to talk about. And then we can lead the direction in the route of book promotion and sales pitches and all that stuff. Like a good interviewer should be able to draw those things out of you without you even feel like they're drawing them out of you. And then suddenly you're just going to be talking about it and you're going to be like, oh, I totally just gave you a log line. I just told you the elevator pitch. Okay. and then like it's just one after the other, and then suddenly you're starting your own show and you're having podcast guests on and running it, dude. You're gonna be solid. And also, I will send you a StreamYard link and shoot me a thing in Discord and let me know when would work. It will take all of like 5 minutes for me to send you a link, and then you join in and make sure all of your settings are correct and all those things. So yeah, just shoot me whenever it works for you. We can figure that out for sure. Yeah, Barricade Brigade was Kay's first time doing any of the shows on camera. So, yeah, just strap in, hold on, man. It's a blast. So, all right, the next box, this big old beefy boy. What is this? 13 by 9 3/4 by 4. What a weird measurement of a box. I was your first. OV. I'm gonna write that in my diary tonight. Okay, so Goat's Flying Press. Actually, another post-punk. Fun facts. Has the packing list on the thermal label. Hell yes. All right. Let's see what we've got. So we've got the book that I backed. Yeah. Okay. The book that I for sure backed is this guy right here, The Dead and the Damned, issue number 3. Square bound. It's oversized. See? Oversized. It's a bigger book. Shows off more of the artwork, which just freaking rules. Kelly Williams, man. Slays! Written by Sebastian Gerner, who I had on the show talking about issue 1, which is why the goat is still a friend, still a pal. Just like, it's good shit. Actually, I have the other two. You can't see them but they're right here. Promise. Good stuff from Goat's Flying Press. And then we've also got this random bag of stuff. Let's see what's in the bag. Open. Smart. Took an oversized bag, the self-seal, folded it down, and then it looked like it fit. Smart. That's using what you've got. So we've got a new, or volume 1 of Nighthawks. That's fun. Created by Jimmy Lee. We've got, oh, sick, that Texas Kid, my brother. Actually, I think this might still be running, but if it's still live on Kickstarter, it's about to end. First time translated in English, by the way. And then we've got another sneak peek at The Curse of Osiris, coming soon from Goat's Flying Press. Yeah, Texas Kid, my brother, is absolutely a Western. And then, oh, dude, that's rad. So one of the things that I love about the goat is Sebastian commissions artists to do just a commission of a goat, and then he includes it in his newsletters that go out. And so this is a print of one of those commissions, which is, I remember seeing this one in the newsletter and being like, oh man, that's so cool. It's a good looking goat. So a bunch of rad little like teaser zines. Yeah. So Texas Kid, my brother, is all black and white. Originally done by Igor Corday, based on the short story by Darko Macon, and then translated by Darko Macon Macan. But yeah, it's all. So it focuses on this guy and his dad as a comic creator, and living in the shadow of his dad, who created one of the most popular Western comics of all time. And then suddenly, Texas Kid, his dad's main character, shows up at the son's front door, like in the flesh. And then adventure happens from there. Like it's such a cool premise of a book. Um, I just was at my budgetary limit already. So, because I commissioned one of my favorite artists, that's a new thing too. Um, so you know how we all have our like list of people that, oh man, I would love to get a commission from this person or from that person or whatever. I just never know if I can afford it or if they're even going to offer commissions or whatever. Well, one of mine is Andre Sorrentino. He's partnered with Jeff Lemire on Old Man Logan, which is an incredible run. That's how I first found him. But also on, they did one of the best runs of Green Arrow that I've read together. And then they also started the Bone Orchard Mythos, which was like a shared horror universe that was kind of all together. Still waiting for Starseed, by the way, Jeff Lemire and Andre Sorrentino. So if you could release Starseed, that'd be great because it was supposed to release last fall and it didn't. That's okay. That's all right. I just want that book because it was a sci-fi one. But like The Passageway and 10,000 Feathers and Tenement were all part of the Bone Orchard Mythos, just like environmental horror. Oh, and you can't forget, as I forget it, The Black Barn, Gideon Falls. That's the name of it. Gideon Falls is their like very popular horror book that kind of made them say, hey, we should do more in the horror realm. And all of us fans were like, because it's just freaking, there's, dude, the way that Sorrentino lays out his pages is unlike any other artist I have ever seen. They did Primordial. If you want to see some truly trippy shit, read Primordial. It's not for everybody. I totally get it. It is not for everybody because some of the storytelling is a bit abstract. Like I had to read it a couple times before I was like, okay, I think I understand it now. I still don't think I understood it, but it's, man, is it fun to look at. That's the beauty of comics, is that it's for everyone. Anyway, Sorrentino had been posting teasers about some sort of upcoming chance to get some original artwork from him. And I was like, oh, cool. He's like selling original pages or whatever. And then as part of that, there were commissions that were being offered as well. And I should have bought it when it first launched because it sold out before I had a chance. I was going to do the torso up of a figure. But by the time I got home and I was like, hey, wife, listen, it's my birthday this year and it's like a big deal. Can I want to spend like some money on this commission, but it's one of my favorite artists. And like, I put he and David Rubin in the same category of like, man, if Rubin ever opened up commission slots, I would jump all over that because what I've seen Lemire's prices and that is way out of my price range. And eventually I'll probably get a full size commission from Matt Kint. But as of now, I have paid for him to do like a sketch card commission for me. So I've already got that from Matt Kint. But anyway, so I talked to the wife and she was like, yeah, like, yes, if that will bring you joy every time you look at it. Yes. I was like, I knew I married you for a reason. So several other that weren't that never was. She's supportive, that's what a spouse should be. So I went to commission the torso up and it was already sold out. And so I was like, okay, I'll just back off one tier. And so I'm getting basically a headshot with the background. And anytime I commission any artist, I like to give them the option of who they're going to draw, but I might give them a couple ideas. So I gave 2 ideas. I don't want to say either one because I still don't know which one I would prefer having. As a torso, it was a toss-up. As a head up only, I definitely have my preference. So we'll see how it goes. But that's how I pitch it. Is like, hey, I think you doing a piece of this character or this character would be stellar. You pick, and then when I open it, it's a surprise either way. If you know what's coming and then you look at it, you're like, cool, that's what I thought. But if you don't know, then it's your surprise. It's a surprise and delight moment, regardless of what it comes. And if it was torso down only, I love that idea. I might. I feel like that's something that I would do because I can draw the shit off some legs because they're just sticks with shoes. Anyway, I might do that as space just to have some fun. I'm also going to have, like, you can commission me to write a haiku. I'm going to do that at space. And I haven't forgotten. I'm still going to be complimenting people because I talked about it. So I think it'd be fun. Like, that's a super fun idea. Yeah, like everybody does faces and torsos and whatever. Like, no one does torso down. So this last book, I don't know what this is. So we're going to find out together. Oh, what is that? Oh, wait. Oh, no way. Okay. This is the physical copy of a comic book called One Shot. One Shot. There were a ton of delays on this. Like a lot of delays. They had an issue with the printer, and then it came out wonky, and there were just a bunch of issues. I would, if I was going to commission Layfield, I would specifically commission him for feet. Hi, Mr. Layfield. I'm just really into feet. Could you draw me Beast's feet? I absolutely would do that. He'd be like, GTFO, bro. So One Shot, it's like it's like lit RPG in a comic book. I backed this one a while ago, and so I forgot what all I had backed as part of it. But there's also, I can't get this stupid plastic wrap off. I'm really bad with plastic wrap. But, oh, we're getting closer. There it is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I also got this branded Hive Mind One Shot field note guide. So it's got here's the main roster of our characters in the front, on the inside. And then, oh my gosh, my guy! So it's like a whole D&D log for notes, and there's line pages and dot pages. This is when I was trying to find a group to play D&D with. I since have given up on that conquest. But that's what this was. And I was like, oh, it's like a RPG character book. Cool. Okay, so I might still do it just to create a character, to have some fun, do whatever, because I just like the creation process. But that's what this is. That's how long ago I backed this. But I'm glad that I finally have it. It's exciting that I have it and I can read it in the physical form. And there's prints on the back of our handsome ogre warrior. I assume he's an ogre because he's green with pointy ears and giant blade. Anywho's One Shot. That's what that is. This is the fun of Kickstarters. Sometimes you get books way after you remember backing them. And so I legit had thought like, oh, I just backed the digital tier on that book. So it's like a bonus now that I have it. So, Kay, you're not the first person that when I'm like, yeah, I tried to find people and no one wanted to, like, seriously. It's like, no, I would. Yeah, I would totally play. One of the places that we went to in prep for 5-Star in June is a bar called D20. And they literally have a wall of games, of like board games and stuff. And the plan is to talk to them about hosting a drink and draw at their bar, which would be super rad. That is one of my brainchilds. Childs. That's a brainchild of mine. There we go. Really good at circumnavigating things I don't know how to say. There's the trash. Is doing different drink and draw events like throughout the year, so that it's not just at the convention that you get together with all your convention friends. Like, let's get together for a drink and draw and do it once a quarter, and then 4 times a year plus the con, you get to see your friends from the con. So that's my idea, because I had a blast doing it last year. And the other brainchild that I had is coming to fruition in November. We haven't talked at all about this as 5-star. I don't know that I'm allowed to, but I'm going to anyway. Just don't tell anybody else. We're hosting a cosplay prom, like at the Spooky Nook here in Hamilton, which is the nation's largest indoor sporting complex. But we're going to rent out space and throw a giant dance party. And it's going to be prom. So we're going to have a photographer, DJ, and everybody's going to come in cosplay instead of like suits and fancy dresses. Everybody's going to be in cosplay. And we're going to have a dance night and giveaways and maybe, I don't know what else. Like, we haven't gotten into the logistics of it all yet, but it's like 6 minutes from my house. So real excited. I want to figure out if I wear my tried and true Shadow Man cosplay, or if I figure out a new cosplay to debut at the cosplay prom. But that's coming, and that was my idea, and it's going to be happening under the 5-star banner in November. So a lot coming out of my brain into the world in 2026, and that's how it should be, because you should be creating things and making things that you want to see happen. Make them. Do them. And then tell others about them and get them to sign up for your Kickstarter pre-launch, that you do have 100 pre-launch followers before you launch. We have a week. We can get 16 people in a week. That's 2 a day. So I don't know what Shuffles is, but I'm in. All right. So with Space next weekend, no stream. I have the stream this weekend. No BoxTalk next week because we're launching AHA. Be on my YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever time that means for you in your time zone, plan to be there, because it's going to be a good time. Who knows who else might pop in and show up? You don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. So if I don't know, you definitely don't know. So come on and see who I can convince by just berating and nagging and picking and poking to get to come onto the live stream and talk about being a part of the AHA comic anthology. And then when it launches on the 25th, back it. Just back it. There's going to be 48-hour early bird tiers that are going to disappear forever after those first 48 hours. If you want a discount, with AHA, we're offering a discount because the book is a little bit more costly because it's a bigger book. And we have a team of 16 people that we got to pay with this. So we got to raise the money and make it happen. And because it's bigger, the print run costs more. So a lot of things that we got to do for this and to make this happen and make it real. But if you back in the first 48 hours, not only do you give us a strong start, which matters for our mental health more than anything, but it also gets the attention of Kickstarter as like, oh, wow, people are really flocking to this campaign. It must mean something. Maybe we should feature it and show that we care about projects that mean something. And if they feature it, then that introduces us to an entirely wider audience that we would have no way of reaching without Kickstarter's help. And if we can do that, that's even more people that can then support first-time comic book creators. And that's what matters. That's the important thing. That's why we're doing this. We're not taking a cut. We're taking like the matched creator cut. We're not taking a cut as the publisher, as the editor, or after we take our 30%, then we're divvying up the rest. No, whatever profit we're making, we're splitting between 16 creators, period. So we're not doing it I'm not pushing this because I'm greedy. I'm not getting extra money from this. I just want to see this happen because I believe in this book and I believe in these stories. And I want to hold another book that's badass that has our logo on it, that other people took a chance on us as the publisher as much as we took a chance on them as the storytellers. So Sign up now for the pre-launch of AHA. Back it on the 25th when we launch live on the LongBoxPunk YouTube channel. Join us in the chat. Sound off in the chat. Show that you were there and ready to back on day one and be one of our OG AHA members. I just made that up. I don't know. I'm out of stuff to talk about, and it's 8:53, which means I got to turn on all of the things down here so that the wife can just appear at 9 p.m. and the game is on and ready to go for her attention. So thank you for hanging out with me. I know this was a lengthy one, but we covered a lot, and it has been a week. And so if you're having a week like me, do something that you enjoy. Just carve out 10 minutes on your lunch break and do something you enjoy, because that's what's going to get us through all of the madness and insanity that is life in 2026. And until I can make more comics and get them into your hands, that's going to have to do. So make your own art, make your own comics, and go do what's good for you. And do the things that I just mentioned and read some indie comics and tune into the live stream for AHA next Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m. We'll see you there on the LongBoxPunk YouTube channel. Bye!